This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm the Baroness. We are on with my co-host, Harry McGee.
The baddest bear in the cage.
And I'm fighting with ChatGPT to give me the wrap-up from the week. And it's still voice recording me.
Hi, my name is Bear Fiorda. Nice to see you all again.
Okay, so that's fantastic. So we've got a lot going on.
Yes.
We are in a brand new year.
Happy New Year's, everybody. 2026, huh?
It's Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2026. No one says New Year's? No. I swear it was always New Year's.
It's New Year's Eve or it's Happy New Year.
That must be what I'm dropping a word in the sentence there.
I just remember that you're very handsome and get punched for money. So we have a lot.
You know what? That I take offense to that. You are, what is that word called? You're objectifying me.
I always objectify you. I literally sell you. I literally sell him.
It can't be because, oh, you're my other and I love you and I will objectify you forever.
No, I make money off you.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So there's a lot going on. We have MMA fighters moving into action stars. We have Jake Paul with a broken face. We have Andrew Tate, who I wish had more of a broken face. I know. He's apparently saying that he lost the fight because he was too old.
Yeah, he is. That is why he lost.
And he chose this guy apparently because he was a really bad fighter.
He is a very bad. Yeah, Chase Demore is not a good competitor. He's gotten a lot better as time's gone on.
He clearly, well, what I found, and it's funny, I'm not into the fight world, but you can see that Mr. Demore put in a great deal of effort to prep for that fight. He clearly did a camp. He did the work. He really was treating this like a fight.
Right. And
Andrew Tate thought he was getting a crappy competitor, and I don't know if he didn't try or if he was just so far up his own butt, it's not even funny.
You know what? It's all speculation. I just think he was too old. That's the guarantee. The guy is too old.
You literally train with guys older than him.
I do, and they're not fighting young guys like that. I tell you right now, that's the most I can say without speculating. If I was to do a little bit more, he probably didn't take it as seriously as he thought he should have.
No, but it's also really nice to see Andrew Tate get punched in the face.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed it. Too bad YouTube. YouTube did not enjoy it, and neither did TikTok. Because once you started talking about Andrew Tate, they had the biggest conniption fit and shut down my channels.
I'd like to remind everyone that you can follow him on Bear the Goods or Bear Fiorda or Free MMA. And when you like or follow, he gives all of his money to his non-profit gym.
Yes, a charity that we run called Free MMA, where we teach every martial arts for no cost.
We don't run this. We purchase things from Dior. We give all our money to a gym.
It's the universal we. Everyone contributes. Get it? See? So you're part of it too. High five.
I'm leaving you hanging. But I do like what you're doing for the children, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, all right, we'll take it.
Other than that, we have a lot going on, especially in royal news. There's
always something going on with the royals.
That's literally what they do. They're royals.
Yes, I know. It's always something going on. Is it controversial this time?
No.
Did something bad happen?
No,
okay,
just
good. I'm glad.
The New Year's ball. So Japan does a traditional New Year's ball, and so does Denmark. And everyone did a big comparison because Queen Mary, which, you know, she's one of my Tasmanian girls, debuted a new tiara, took the thing more casually, and of course Japan did it as formally as possible. So that's where the comparison is there. We have a lot going on. We know that the Oscars are being booted to YouTube. The TikTok awards are being put on television.
That just happened, with Tubi. Tubi just held the TikTok awards a few weeks back.
And everyone in my side of the industry, because I produce, only cares about what social media numbers somebody brings. So it's really fully transitioned. You can't own a business without running your social media. That is now your primary advertisement.
Yes.
And films are dying out. And and he was excited because it looks like Henry Cavill got Warhammer going.
Yeah, that was announced earlier. I think later last week, actually, Henry Cavill went to Twitter to talk about how his new Warhammer 40K series are finally going to start coming together because he was able to solidify a deal between Games Workshop and Amazon Prime.
I'm very irritated by this. I was trying to get him into one of my shows. So now I'm pissed off. But
you're mad he's doing something great?
No, I am mad. What is the point of doing Warhammer? To anyone that likes Warhammer out here, especially my brother, I would like to say this. You are completely wasting your time. In the end, chaos is going to win. There is no overtaking it. Nurgle, technically the god of pestilence, is going to spread disease that never ever disappears. So whatever country or planet or wherever you go in the universe, it is eventually going to get taken over by Nurgle and the disease that never leaves. So there is no point in prolonging the inevitable and wasting our time with Warhammer.
Boy, fellas, I didn't know I lived with a goddamn heretic. I'm so sorry.
I'm simply saying.
They're going to send a special...
Really, the Emperor is literally connected to Tubis and things, and not that kind of Tubi. Tubes and things, and I'm the heretic.
They send a special section of people to come deal with you.
Yes, I believe it's the
Inquisitors love.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm simply saying that's how it's going to end. Statistically speaking, that is the only eventual end.
All right. Well, we can agree to disagree all day long.
Oh, you can't actually disagree with that. That
I
is
already
a
am.
literal impossibility for it to end any other way. If you have disease that can never disappear, traveling throughout the universe, even in dust and wind, as people travel, as things move, that disease will go. You cannot escape it.
How does dust and wind travel in the vacuum space?
Because people are moving from planet to planet.
Exactly. So let's say people are moving from planet to planet.
Okay. Then you have asteroids going from one planet to another. Even if it takes 1 trillion years, eventually pestilence will take over everything.
I was just going to say we start destroying all the planets. That way it stops it right then.
So you're creating meteorites that are going to go everywhere.
If that is
a terrible idea. That is a terrible idea.
No one ever said.
Statistically, that is how it works.
This is the worst argument I've ever been a part of.
Because you're losing.
No. No, because we're supposed to talk about relevant news to the masses of today, entertainment and fighting, and here we are discussing the ins and outs of Warhammer plagues.
I'm right. He's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you like to? I'm just saying statistically, everyone Google it, run it through your AIs. Statistically speaking,
ask AI for anything.
Statistically speaking, if you have disease that can never leave, what's eventually going to happen?
Don't ask AI for anything. And in fact,
that's true. People are having relationships with AI now, and it fully takes over and changes its personality to suit you. They did an update where ChatGPT was going to be honest. People hated it. I mean, seriously hated it and complained to the point that they had to roll it back.
Well, speaking of different problems with AIs, this last week there was a lot of complaints because Grok, X's AI, has developed a feature where I guess you can now ask it to look at the video or image you find on Twitter and tell it to generate that image in a way that looks different or however you want, and they'll put it in the comments. And people start doing it with like kids in very inappropriate ways, and Grok would generate it for them and put it on X because it's allowed to do that.
Just to mess with Elon Musk. I mean, that's
Grok is Elon Musk's.
Everyone uses it to mess with Elon Musk. If you get a chance, look it up. As soon as it went active, everyone had like videos of Musk eating bananas. That's the cleanest way to say it.
Either way, X has become really the next 4chan. It is toxic. It is terrible. And honestly, I wouldn't even put up content there if I didn't have to for a job. I really think it's a terrible place for anyone to go to. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. It is not good for you.
No, politically it makes irrelevant. It's just it's a cesspool of garbage. Ironically, really that's how Reddit sort of started. Now Reddit's wonderful, and
Reddit's become kind of like terrible. A bastion for open conversation. Yes, you got plenty of terrible people, absolutely.
But that's where Twitter started. Once upon a time, Twitter was the bastion for intelligent conversation, and now it's Reddit, and it turned into Reddit. So they just traded. Like Reddit,
like at the beginning stages of Reddit.
Oh God,
that's why I said 4chan.
The beginning stages of Reddit were simply 4chan. But then Twitter and Reddit just seemed to switch their people. Yeah. So all the incels went from Reddit to Twitter because they kept getting made fun of on Reddit.
And, sticking with the whole theme of AI, another event that came out this week actually in the gaming industry is people are these companies that generate graphics cards and SSD cards are going to start pumping all their RAM and electronic support to AI factories, or basically where they're going to how they keep AI functioning and learning data.
So essentially, it's going to take your data and sell it to AI companies.
Well, yeah, it's already doing that. But what I mean is anything that helps
That's not new.
AI run at a higher performance. So, for example, the RAM required for it to intake data, that's all getting taken away. Yes, it is. That just started.
No. So Facebook's been doing that for years.
No. You're not understanding. Not our data. That's not new. Them taking our data and selling has been done since the internet's existed. What I'm saying is the actual physical car that helps, like this computer, for example, operate and run at a decent speed. Is being sent to these AI farms where they're going to help produce their ability to generate information faster, learn at a higher rate, be taught information at a faster rate.
It was nice being a part of the human race. I will miss you all.
Yeah. And that's it. We are losing this war slowly to the computers.
What the hell do you mean slowly?
Fast to these computers. I don't know. I was trying to be optimistic.
The Industrial Revolution happened how long ago? Less than 100 years.
Well, we're in the 20s right now.
Okay, so
maybe about 100 years or so.
We lost people. In the 60s, we were on the moon. Now everyone's looking at cat memes.
Do you know why we're not back on the moon, by the way?
Because we do not have the technology to run outdated technology. Can we please get our guest on?
It's literally like 40K.
No, really, it is.
I was going to say because they just, honestly, they don't have a reason to go to the moon because no one's fighting us or trying to get there first.
They're trying to. So the point of going to the moon was they wanted minerals, but it caused an international incident because they didn't want anyone drilling the moon. That became a whole thing.
We should definitely drill the moon. It's got enough craters anyways. Who cares?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Let's mess with something that affects our tides.
Yeah, hollow moon theory. That's not a thing, but now someone's going to make it into a whole conspiracy. Would you like me to intro our guest?
Oh, for the love of God, yes.
Welcome to the show, LaTangela Newsome. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up? I've been enjoying you guys. Listen, y'all got me all hyped up. It's like coffee.
Oh, good. I'm glad. It's been giving me an aneurysm.
Darling, I've been giving you an aneurysm for years.
Love it.
So welcome to the show. I know we're excited to have you. I'm going to ask you, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself? Just so they know who you are. And then we are going to go into some questions, grilling you, finding out how you got famous and known, because our audience are a bunch of young people who are not supposed to be watching the show because it's 18 and over. So, of course, it's 16-year-old. And they want to do what you do.
Yes. So my name is LaTangela Newsome. I am an actress. I'm also an entrepreneur and an inventor, but most people know me from my role on Nickelodeon's Taina, where I played a villain by the name of Maritza. She's a little bit of a mean girl. So everybody thinks that character is me.
Hold on. What do you mean a little bit? I mean,
I'm sorry, repeat that.
I said not a little bit. She's legendary mean girl.
Well, thank you,
George.
You know, everybody's a troll, so I always have to kind of gear myself up for that. If I say I'm a legend, they can be like, "Well, who knows you?" So yeah,
everybody that ever watched Nickelodeon,
everybody. No, definitely. I love the fans. We are definitely a part of the culture. It's been a long time since we were on the air, but listen, we have some very loyal fans. So, and we're all over YouTube. Everybody's screaming for a reboot. So we're praying for that. But yeah, so that's what I'm best known for is Nickelodeon's Taina, where I played the role of Maritza.
So what is different about you than your mean girl persona? And where do you come up with that? I'm just very nosy because I look at women that play kind of those mean girl characters, and not one, not you, not Rachel McAdams, like none of you girls are like that, even a little bit in real life.
Yeah, well, the most I went to performing arts high school in New York City, so all of my high school friends think that this character was written for me, based off of the person that I am. They listen, I am so much like Maritza, minus the mean girl. I was not a bully. I was everybody's friend. I was friends with the popular crowd, with the underdogs. Everybody was my friend. But as far as how extra she is in the patent leather and the fur and the go-go boots, all day. That was me. In high school, I don't have it on me, but yeah, I can show you my yearbook. Definitely that part of the character.
You're kind of a trending moment right now with the whole Y2K thing coming around, the patent boots, like the patent leather, the leopard, like the whole thing. You are on everyone's mood boards. You're on everyone's Pinterest board. You are the fit.
Oh yeah, I just found my mom's Sergio Valente fur from the 80s, and she is not getting me back. Trust. I mean all day.
Sorry, you were going to say something?
I was going to say with the vibe, we have La Roche that just bought. It starts with an E.
I'm not going to know. It's a fashion thing.
I know. It was Emmanuel.
Wait, Emmanuel Ungaro?
Yes, he just bought Emmanuel Ungaro. So we're going to have a huge influx. And you just bought some of their clothes. So I'm like, that is going to go huge. That style is going to go huge.
I love it. That's why we don't want to throw anything away. It's like, that's why we've all turned into hoarders. Like I cannot, every time I think of, I'm not going to wear that. Yes, it comes back. It comes back every time.
Right back down.
Yeah. Yeah. And then those pieces, like these kids are spending like hundreds of dollars for it. I'm like, yeah, I got that in my closet.
Had that for the last 15 years, boy.
It's also nothing's made as well as it was. You could keep a pair of pants from 20 years ago and they're good. You bought you bought that's vintage. You have vintage polo, like vintage Ralph Lauren, like anything vintage, amazing. You buy it today, it doesn't have Shein or Gucci. It's all crap. No offense to Gucci.
Oh, I know. It's all a knockoff. So yeah, there's tons of stuff. We got baby fat and apple bottom and all kind of stuff in this house. Like we want all the old Guess stuff. Like, yeah, we won't throw any of it away.
Honestly, very good decision.
Taste. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Something caught me a little bit in your intro there. You talked about being an inventor. And I want to hear more about that.
Oh my God, I totally missed that. Yes. I love that. I love women in STEM as my favorite thing.
Yeah, so I'm actually it came out of like, invention comes out of like what necessity is the quote or whatever, but I cook a lot. It's like kind of my side thing. And I invented a product called grease bags and actually went on Shark Tank with that product. And so it's a whole story, but it's an eco-friendly way to dispose of your grease. And so, everybody kind of uses the jars or the coffee cans and all that stuff, which is not good for the planet. So, when I was collecting grease in my kitchen, I was like, listen, something's got to give here. There's got to be a solution. So I'm a little bit of a nerd. That's the other side of me. And when I was trying to come up with the solution, I'm like, it still has to be good for the earth. It has to compete with something that's free, like a coffee can or a milk jug or something like that. And so basically my bag takes the grease and breaks it down and makes it a fertilizer, compostable, something that can go back into the earth and sort of like regenerate our soil. So it's
amazing.
Thank you.
I'm going to say, everyone watching, go find us online. First person we find, let's do Instagram because we usually do Twitter and he's pissed off at Twitter.
Sure.
And tell us if you've ever used this, what you think of it and how it works. Explain it to us and I'll give you a ride at Off-Road Rentals in Palm Springs, California.
Hey, we got our giveaway out.
But I'm going to ask, I have to ask you, obviously, do not tell us the components of, tell us the components of how it works because then I know people watched.
Yeah, so basically I basically the entire thing is compostable, biodegradable. There's no plastics or anything like that. So everything breaks down and it's earth friendly. And so I have a substance within the bag. That's my secret ingredient that is earth friendly. And it takes your grease. It can any oil based liquid. So even paint, for the medical industry, blood and all that kind of stuff, which is not my thing, but it does work for that. So anything that's oil based, it basically takes it, encapsulates it, separates the water from it. So if like you're using a smoker, for instance, you have this oily water that you just don't know what to do with, you could actually pour that water into this bag and it'll separate it for you. It'll pour off like clear water and grab all your grease, and it takes that and breaks it down. So there's like microbes and all that stuff in this substance that breaks it down and encapsulates it, like I said. So when you throw it away, it doesn't leak back into the earth or anything like that. It actually, so it's basically turns into something that can like refertilize, regenerate the soil, grow where we have like oil spills and different things like that, whether nothing wants to grow anymore. It actually helps to regenerate that soil. So
I'm going to ask, just from a technical perspective, could it pick up things like we just had the fires in the Palisades and the dirt's been very ionized. There's oil in it. There's grease in it. Can it absorb things like that?
The substance itself, yes, in the actual structure that I invented, but it's sort of where it was my jump off point to like find the actual, like, I'm like, what can I find to break this down? So that was my jump off point. So the oil spill, guys, a hint for most people out there. So the people that are, out there cleaning up oil spills and such as well, that was my jump off point. That was the first place I went to figure this out. So yeah.
Man.
She's saving the planet. I make trashy reality television and you punch people.
Wait. Oh, I'm here for that too. I'm here for that too. There's two sides to this story.
I was like, I was like one of those moments, like I feel so inferior right now, in an amazing way.
Please don't. Please don't. I'm lucky. I was lucky, but I'm definitely
that is not luck. That is intelligence. That is putting
Thank you.
use. That is an entrepreneurial spirit, and I love it. I love to see more people like that, especially women. Like I'm going to be biased. I love more women like that. I love that. That is incredible.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say real quick that you have found people or a company to help you manufacture these to a point that people can go out there and buy them in relative mass, if not on a super grand scale. And I can't even figure out how to get a place to make a good quality t-shirt.
That's what I said.
It's astonishing.
It's so hard. Like, I'm looking for somebody right now. It is the hardest thing. Do not feel alone.
Oh, okay, good. Like, man, she's doing something great. She found people to make a plastic bag that turns grease into soil, and I can't find someone who makes a shirt that won't rip apart in a couple of days.
Yeah, he's also trying to make underwear that protects the dangles when you're cage fighting. Can't find anyone to do that either.
So it's a little more.
I'm simply saying, she's saving the planet. You're worried about guys' junk. It's not like a
well, yeah, well, it's a good cause. It's definitely a good cause too.
You want to be comfortable saving the world.
I'm just saying. It's a while since I saw you.
Everybody wants my Maritza shirt, the I Love Me. I have a shirt that's iconic. That's I Love Me, and I cannot find anybody to make this shirt. So it's simple, but it has to be a good quality shirt. It's the hardest thing. I feel you.
Textiles are very, very difficult. He's working with what they call Doodleverse, and they do designs and products, and finding someone to scale up, impossible. And he will not do it if it's going to be problematic for the planet or if it's going to be crap. He doesn't just want to give, sell stuff to people or to his following.
I
just
feel
to
bad
sell
at that point selling them a $50 t-shirt that's got the same texture of like a grain of sand, or they falls apart like a leaf in the wind. It just, I
like that you guys have that in common. I like that you both want to look after your fan bases. That's very rare today. Most people just sell their fan base as crypto. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, you guys are worried about that the t-shirt is high enough quality, and everyone else.
Definitely.
Would you like to buy my crypto?
Okay, yeah. You want people to be able to wash the thing.
More than once at least.
Exactly. You want to take a t-shirt to the dry cleaners every time.
Yeah, right. We talked earlier as well about you having that character and being most iconically known for Maritza on Nickelodeon, but you're also on a show right now called A Mother's Confession, and it's the #1 on Tubi. How did you get a part of that?
Oh yeah, so it's a movie on Tubi, and it is called A Mother's Confession. Like you say, yes, fine. Yes, and we definitely have been holding that #1 spot for the last month. We also hit the most popular list. But I'm an actress. I've never stopped acting. I've moved around markets. I was a single mom, so sometimes I couldn't always be in New York and LA. Wasn't ideal. I wasn't one of those that was going to leave my kid with anybody. So those little hiatuses that people have that people are aware of was for that reason. But I've never stopped. I've always tried to find an agent wherever I was, and always tried to get those auditions in. So I recently moved to Atlanta maybe 5 years ago, and just started like getting warming up to that market. So it's just now starting to pick up steam. So anybody that's thinking about being an actor, like, be patient. If you don't love it, it's a lifetime commitment. Trust me.
Something that I consistently tell this audience is, if there is anything else in the world you can see yourself doing, this is the wrong job. Yeah, do that.
Do that. Because then there's no. There's no two ways about it for the ones that have stuck with it. It's like I can't see myself giving it up, even with the inventions and all the other stuff that I do. Like, it's the thing that makes me me. So I definitely have basically got my feet wet in the Atlanta market. And my first sort of like recognizable role was Girl in the Closet on Lifetime with Remy Ma and Tammy Roman. And I play one of their siblings, but I have kind of a small, you don't see me so much in that film. This one is a supporting lead, I guess you'd say. And I play an addict, which is something completely different from the Nickelodeon thing, which is what I wanted. I put it out in the universe. I really, really wanted that. As much as I love being a part of a legendary show, and I'm like honored to have that under my belt. I'm still grown. I'm in my 40s now. So I'm like, I don't want to just be known for Nickelodeon. And I feel like there's so many different things that I can do and so much range that I want to show. And so this film was kind of the first step to do that. And I'm a little bit unrecognizable in the film. I was so nervous about it. It's one of those roles that I rehearsed one way. I in my mind, I said, I'm going to go on set. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to try to, whatever. And then I get to set and the director's like, yeah, no, we're not doing it like that. Completely flipped it on its head. Completely flipped it on its head. And I just had to go with it. So, actors, you got to be ready. That's one of the things that's hard about us getting booked on stuff is, like they'll tell us to do 2 takes just so they can see you do it differently. So they can, see if you can take direction. And so I was so nervous about it. And thank God everybody gave me accolades for it. So I hope anybody that's watching, if you see it, I hope you enjoy it too. So.
May I ask, just more personally, what were you preparing to act like when you're preparing to be this addict?
Oh, yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so I actually did a lot of, I've grown up and seen it in real life as well, but I also went, to YouTube and tried to watch like the real, like not roles that people have played. I watched them because we don't really see like the addict, the crackhead, whatever, as much as we used to at one point. And so I did go back to some of like the 90s roles and stuff because I'm like, okay, things are different now and we're a little bit more realistic with the film.
Yeah. Everyone sees it like the character from Friday. It's not like everyone treats it like the chick from Friday. It's
right.
Character.
Exactly. And that was comedy. So I didn't want to like overdo it or anything like that. So I watched a lot of like documentaries and YouTube videos of like real life addicts and tried to get, some of those movements. But when I prepared in my audition, there's actually, if you guys, my handle on most platforms is @LaTangela. So I did do the audition versus scene thing where, and it was a teachable moment for people. It's like, this is why it's important to take direction from your director and trust them, because I toned it all the way down in my audition. I was trying to be real, like chill about it, not overdo it. And she took it up a notch. And that's what made me nervous. It was like,
Makes sense.
I'm not sure if this is what I want to give. I'm not, this is, but, and this was actually the director's first film. She has a lot of experience with a lot of other, and the writer, this was her first film. So it was one of those things where everybody had to trust everybody.
Makes sense.
And I'm a team player. So, I'm like, okay, this is your set. I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. And then I had to find my own nuances within her direction. And so I'd say the biggest difference is I tried to tone it all the way down and she brought it up a notch, but it actually worked what the things that she told me to do. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, and it wasn't overdone in my opinion, and nobody's given me that feedback yet. Of course, now I'm going to get it, I'm sure.
Of course.
Just because we talked about it.
Yeah. Now,
just because I said
it. You're a super clean cut. You have a great reputation. What was it like involving someone so different from yourself and someone so broken?
I think that was the thing that attracted me to that role. The most. It was the because I'm just one of those people, like as far as like actors that I admire, I'm like, I like the shapeshifters. I like the ones that you like, they just gonna bring it and they're a totally different person on camera. I think what Charlize Theron in Monster is one of my favorite performances because I'm like, everybody knows she's gorgeous, she's everything. And then when she did that role, I was like,
oh yeah,
Charlotte?
Yeah. It's like
to be able to do that, it's magic. it's like magic to me. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just be like something completely unexpected. And I feel like me on Nickelodeon is definitely part of my personality. That's definitely me. It's the silly side of me. But if you talk to like my son or my friend Angelique or they're like, yeah, I can see you on like a Law and Order or a BMF, because I'm really not that giddy all the time. Like there's this other side of me that I'm like, yeah, but y'all don't know what I can do. Like really. And like a friend of mine was writing it's like an urban sort of film, and he was looking for, like the street types and the whatever. And he's really good at what he does. And I'm like, yeah, if you need somebody to play a G, I'm your girl. And he just laughed at me like, yeah. And I'm like, see, that's what I want to get over.
Got it. Get past the stigma.
Like that. Shout out to Angelique Bates and Melting Pot.
Yes, Angelique Bates and Melting Pot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is that kind of where you want to take the career with acting? You want to become one of those shapeshifters? Just
the
bounce
Gary
around
Oldman. You want to be the Gary Oldmans.
Very different roles. Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely do. And I want to be on people's mind. I think, there's a lot of work that goes into even getting on casting directors and writers' minds when it comes to that. When they think of a role. I think one of the best stories that I love when Zendaya talks about her role in Euphoria. It was like the perfect transition and what is the Sam, I forget his last name, that saw her in an interview and saw that character, and it was like, she was like, how did you see me, playing Rue from Disney? Yeah. And it was like that eye that he had, she has this little tomboy swag. I could see it, but the fact that he could see that and put her in that role, and she ate it alive. Like she just did that hands down. So I want people to see that. I want people to see that, yeah, I could be silly, I'm funny, I could be giddy, I could be extra, but I can also do something else. So
it's funny when she first started doing it on Euphoria. Everyone, of course, started shipping her and Jacob, and they dated for a hot minute. And now she's engaged to Tom Holland, and everyone's like, "Go back to Jacob. He's taller." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the way.
That's the only reason."
Yeah, that is why. I was like, "It's brilliant." Everyone's still shipping that, and they got upset that in the show that Rue didn't get involved with his character because they wanted them in life. I'm like, "Yep." That's the way it goes, but they both want to.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. They get sometimes. It's a hard time separating the actors from the characters.
Have you had difficulty with that, with people separating you from your character?
Yeah. When Nickelodeon was on the air, I mean, the internet was nowhere near what it is now, but there were a couple of forums where people like really disliked my character because she was a mean girl. And then there's those people nowadays that are like, I love to hate her, and those the same kind of relationship we had with soap operas back in the day. It was like we love the Erica Kane. Who doesn't love an Erica Kane? So that's where it kind of goes now. People love Maritza. It's a lot of people's favorite character. She goes viral at least once a year from the memes and different things that people make out of her.
They do it with Sharpay. They do it with Regina George. They do it like all those girls have, and there's nothing wrong with like the good girls and the protagonists, but the antagonists, there's always more to a villain, and there's always more to sink your teeth in, and people like it, especially a mean girl. There's always it's fun. Cathartically wants to say that to somebody. I really want to say that to somebody.
That's what it is. It's like you can get away with stuff being the villain, being the mean girl, that you cannot get away with that stuff in real life without, being canceled. So
yeah, especially in today's
without
climate,
without question. It's
right.
What is it? It was I was going to make a joke about Armie Hammer. You threaten to cannibalize somebody once and all of a sudden you're in trouble. But he is actually coming back to Hollywood. I tried to get him to lead one of the shows we're doing called Cancelled, which is about people that have been canceled. And apparently he focus on the whole cannibalism thing.
Stop.
I don't blame you.
Right.
Well, I guess moving on from cannibalism, thanks, Baroness. Awesome. I remember in the beginning of this conversation, you also talked about being was a singer or a songwriter. Definitely, you're in music. That's the important part. And I would like to know about that as well.
Oh, so you're a triple.
Oh, yes. That was one of the things that I loved about being Maritza as well, because she was a singer, and because, part of we were in the studio as much as we were filming the show. And so I got to exercise that muscle. I was able to, there's one episode where it's like Maritza's answering machine, where she's not a regular voicemail. She's like going off into all these riffs and has a whole choir in the background. And so I was able to actually write that theme. So I was able to exercise my writing muscle a little bit on the show as well. But I come from a musical family. My mom and aunts, they all, grew up singing in the church. And so that's in my blood. So it's one of those things where it's like, nowadays I'm not necessarily pursuing a record deal, but I wouldn't turn it down. It's just when those musical opportunities come about, I'm definitely here for it. And my son, I'm sort of momager to my 22-year-old now. He just signed a deal with Virgin Music. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you saying that.
Also, congrats for him.
So he's definitely his single coming out the 30th of the day of this month. Is first single dropping on music.
We are cutting out, and Bear has a young male audience, so I want to make sure he gets his shout out. Can you tell us again where it is? I want to make sure everyone can hear.
Yes, so my son's name is Ja Soul. Look out for his single "How It Tastes" on Virgin Music. It should be dropping before this month is over. January 30th is the date that we're looking for now. So I keep an eye out. That should be everywhere soon.
Okay, so it'll be out everywhere soon. Can you send us a link so we can send it out?
Yes, I definitely will. I will be on top of it as soon as I have all that stuff. I'll shoot it over to you guys. And he and I do music together a lot. So sometimes, we just jam and we're in the studio all night. That's my buddy. That's my bestie. So we get in the studio. Yeah, we have a couple of songs that we haven't really officially released, but he's rapping and I'm singing, and we just do our thing. He sings a little bit as well. So yeah, he's one of those. It's hip hop, mostly hip hop. I guess what people would identify him as a hip hop artist, but he loved everything. When he was young in middle school, he listened to Frank Sinatra all the time. He loves his heavy metal. He loves rock. He loves everything. So he tries to incorporate all those sounds into his music. So
I love that. I got to tell you, and I'm going to tell the young women out there, definitely follow him. And a guy that has a good relationship with his mom, that is what you want in life.
That's healthy.
Seriously, guys. Like, guys have a good relationship with
him. When he is wrong, I let him know. I let him know to straighten up and fly right. So
I like that. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I know most of our viewership, it's young men. Bear brings a lot of young guys with him. What advice, especially to young men out there, you've raised one, would you give them on their path? Some of them want to be fighters, some want to be actors, some want to be musicians. What advice would you give them?
Definitely keep your head on straight. There's a lot of temptations out here, and enjoy it. I mean, it's a heck of a ride. Whatever thing that you out there doing, of course, is fun. Enjoy that. Try to be present and always just bring those values. Because those are one of the things that I'm on top of my, and I'm in it for the sake of just wanting to just. Oh,
sorry, you were cutting out for a second.
Okay.
We can hear now, I think.
Is it better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we good now?
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely keep your head on straight, be present in every moment, but don't forget those values. There's a lot of temptation for young men, especially, and women, but definitely young men, because there's going to be a lot of girls and a lot of other things that you can't that's hard to resist, but it can be over as soon as it starts. So definitely keep those values and those morals in check, and then that with that comes longevity, so you can enjoy it longer. And if you do have a mom or a mom and dad, listen to mom. They're never too old for that. Listen to mom and dad. They know better.
I give you that one for sure.
I like that.
Is there anything in your career as well, when you think back on it, that you wish obviously we all think, I wish I knew this at the time, but is there anything particular that you wish you had some more insight on before jumping in or getting involved with throughout your career?
I think for me, like my parents were strict. And so with my mom especially, my dad is a little bit more lenient, but we definitely had a very structured household. So as far as, kind of keeping myself in check, I don't think I had a hard time with that. I think the hardest thing I did have, I had a hard time with being present though. And that, like I said before, I mentioned that because it's such a big deal. Like some things are a blur, some things are just like, dang, I didn't even take a picture. I didn't even, I was just there. I just wasn't valuing every moment like that. And I don't think we celebrate our small wins enough. We're always looking for the next thing and the next accomplishment, but those small wins are very important to celebrate, even if everybody doesn't know. There's so much work we put in behind the scenes. We definitely need to give ourselves a pat on the back and just enjoy the moment, because it don't happen for everybody. The odds are against us in this business. Whatever, if you're in any kind of entertainment, to make it, the odds are against you. So whatever accomplishments you have along the way, enjoy that, absorb it, be present, and carry that with you throughout your career every step of the way, because then when you look back,
it's funny, you're talking about not having photos, and all I'm thinking is that's wonderful that you were so in the moment and you were enjoying and what was going on. But then it kind of, when you started talking about it, I said, okay, that makes sense. That's the not enjoying what you have while you have it, just looking to that next goalpost,
right?
That next achievement.
Yeah.
I'm certainly guilty of that.
Definitely thinking about your next role. And thinking about your next role, the next song, the next everything. And it's like, but I'm here now. And it was hard to get here. So let's enjoy here for a minute,
I think that's wonderful.
And on top of everything else you already do, we do also have to talk about you being an author.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's still more.
Seriously.
And actually, you wrote a children's book. So I was wondering, is that what you enjoy doing for writing? It's just children's books? Do you have adult themes out there?
When is your autobiography coming out?
I have been asked that before. You're not the first one. You know what? With me, I am one of those people that I don't let my hands get idle. And so I am one of those people that, are up at 3:00 in the morning. And there's like, oh, I haven't an idea for that. And so the children's book, actually, I do write script plays. I'm working on a film right now that I'm writing. Been writing on it for years though. But the children's book, actually, I pitched it and it is after in Taina. And it didn't necessarily fit their body of work. At the time, it wasn't as silly and, wasn't SpongeBob-y enough or whatever. And so they didn't pick up the show. But I thought the idea was really, worth kind of continuing with. And so when I kind of, on one of those times where I was, in one of those odd markets and had a lot of time on my hands, I revisited that idea and I turned that show into a children's book. And I'm a nerd. I watch a lot of documentaries, and there was a documentary, I think it's called Bully. And it was about, the children. It was a big thing in the news where the kids were being bullied and, they were hurting themselves behind that. And it was just so much going on and they were so young. And the cyberbullying thing had really just taken over. And so I sort of revamped the story and I added a villain to my story, which is Cyberbully. And it's an anti-cyberbullying book for children, for young children, so that it's not scary, but they're on the internet. They have these devices in their hands, and the stories I was hearing, these unfortunate, tragic stories were like 10-year-olds. And I was like, okay, how do we connect the dots? And schools didn't really know how to address these situations and these storylines. So I wrote the book and I'm on a tour, maybe about 50 or 60 schools. And a lot of the schools said that, it's mandatory for them to have an anti-cyberbullying curriculum. And, they suggested that maybe I turn that book into a curriculum, which is kind of my next step with it. But it's to teach cyber safety to very young kids, but in a fun way. It's a story. So, yeah.
So
wow.
You should get her involved with what you're doing with the anti-bullying. group?
Oh, yeah. So it's funny enough, we're doing, there's a larger overall program that allows for children to get involved in competitive martial arts, but the same people have started a company called Stand for the Silent, and it's basically anti-bullying program.
I met them.
Oh,
I met them. I met the guy, his father runs it, Stanford Silent. Yeah, and I met him. Yeah.
Small world.
So we should definitely.
Every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. He swears, so we give money to charities.
God,
yes.
Fantastic.
Wow. That's crazy that you said that. That's crazy that you said that. Those are that story. I saw him speak at a school and ripped my heart out. The little boy's father. So yeah, I'm familiar with him. He'll remember me too. So we definitely need to link up.
Oh yeah, I'll talk to him. His name is Jim Nightingale. He runs the IMAF program for children's or youth martial arts sports. But he also he's started this program too, and so wow, this is great. I love it.
He got a bunch of the cage fighters on to come do support on that, and I thought with your book that would be fantastic, especially for the younger ones. So yeah, get her with Jim, do that. I love that in common. I'm sitting here listening to you guys. You guys are like, let's help the children. You run the nonprofit. You're helping people. All I'm doing is sitting here going, yep, I suck. Because all I want is Dior.
You make trash TV.
Yeah. I am part of it. That is literally
like I said, I'm here for that too. We're definitely here for the trash gossip. I love it.
Now, with your career, what is next? If you had one job, one thing to do, if you could be any character, play any role, do anything, what would you want to do?
I'm definitely wanting to play like the queen pin type of like I'm again going towards those like controversial roles. Like I do something on my platform called the Actor's Point of View Review, and I just I love to talk about TV and film, but from like the actor's point of view. And I just did like a review on Griselda Blanco's Catherine Zeta-Jones played her in Cocaine Godmother and then Queen of the South. I really love those roles. I love them. So I really want one of those. So eventually I hope to get one of those type of roles.
So you're going to kick Olivia Pope off a Scandal?
Yeah. One of those.
I like that. All right, questions totally going to differ right now. And I thought about this like 10 minutes ago, but there wasn't a good place to put it in. So I'm sorry, I'm shoehorning it in right now. Having been a part of Nickelodeon a little time ago, and probably I'm assuming have seen some of the more recent shows that pop up, or maybe as you were raising your kids, seeing the things that he would watch on the show or on the channel. How do you feel about the content Nickelodeon puts out nowadays?
They ruined SpongeBob.
Well, beside that.
Yeah, besides the ones that are, have lived throughout the years, I would say the biggest difference shows and the shows that were on back then is that the culture's missing. Like it's not as culture based. We don't get enough of the everything is silly a lot. I can see a lot of the themes that from like people will say Victorious or that So Raven is sort of has a lot of like Taina themes that were from our show that they kind of basically they got a lot of their ideas and different things like that from us as what the audience says. But I think that it kind of lacks a little bit of that culture. I think they're trying to bring it back though, because I think we would have all the latest music groups on our show and just the things that we would say and and a lot of the shows that were on the air at the time. So I think it's a little less realistic now.
You also created,
I can see it.
When you were on, they were also treating children's television like television though. They were creating a world. They were treating it, yes, it didn't have the adult themes that adult shows had. But with a child show or an adult show, it was still a show. It was still treated that way. And now it's more like TikTok clip art is the way they treat it. It's very, very different. And I agree with you on the culture. But I think these shows as a whole have just the quality has been removed for children. And I think that's very unfortunate.
I personally, I find them to be a little bit
trite.
Well, less is that what that is? Less intelligent when we put on the shows. I remember either in your show or even in some of the cartoons, but in 1990, 2001, there was a life lesson to be involved there
was
that you
always a
pick
point.
up. There was a reason for what we just spent the last 15 minutes, 23 minutes, whatever the showtime was, watching it. And now I don't see it anymore, really, at all.
I think they're afraid of it now. I mean, even when it came to like sitcoms back then, it was always real life lesson. We want to have a teachable moment. I just think everything is softened up. I like it.
That's it. And even things like you could go Full House, you could go Family Matters. Doesn't matter what channel or show you're going to. There's a moral, there's a point, there is a value to the show. Even when you see talking anti-gun anti-gun campaigns, like you've got the guy playing Steve Urkel after the show talking about an anti-gun campaign. You've got DJ Taina talking about drunk driving. It makes a difference because these are characters that children can relate to, and I don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially in this era where it's like a trend to be depressed and to just everybody's down in the dumps. It's like, why are we moving away from these teachable moments then if these kids are and they're going this way, we're going that way? Like I don't know, it's not relatable anymore. So yeah,
no,
I think we need to get back to that.
It's not as
No, that's another thing I think we look at and we see in social media. It's not, I love what you said, it's not marketable to be relatable. We can go on and live vicariously through someone's life who just posts about sports cars and money and women, and that's not really going to benefit or get you anywhere. But that's what we want to see. We want to see someone else be successful and kind of live through that person instead of seeking it out ourselves.
But then you don't have to be successful yourself. The show you were on, shows that came after, even when you go back to Hannah Montana, the whole point of it, every single show had a point. Every single show had a moral. That was the point of children's television. I believe the FCC actually had guidelines for that, and they're gone now. So the guardrails are off.
Yeah, and definitely. Yeah, I think that our show sort of lives on because it was a little bit ahead of its time in terms of the diversity that was on screen. It was kind of the first time. It was the first Latino show. And it was, just a plethora of colors, like a melting pot. Yes. Shout out to Angelique again on the show. But yeah, and so it definitely is needed now. So I think that's why people are like, it would work now because it mirrors reality now, even more so than it did back then, or at least on television anyway. I mean, in real life, I grew up in New York City, so I saw it all the time. And I went to a performing arts school that looked just like MSA, which is the school Taina went to. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely that. But overall, it wasn't a common theme, and so I think that's why people are screaming for these reboots, because like we were real then you guys are now, so they bring it back.
I think I was loving the reboots. Like it was great when you saw Full House come back. I think Girl Meets World just kind of threw a wrench into everything because Corey was such a douche as an adult. Like that was the moment I was like, you ruined it. Everyone was enjoying these. Yeah. What the hell?
Right. Yeah, we got a reboot right now. Let's not, and everything does not need to be a reboot either. Like I think they went reboot crazy for a minute as well. So
I was like,
Fuller House was done well.
Yeah, Fuller House was good. I actually didn't even mind that 90s show. It didn't hit the same, but it did have a cool vibe. But like, by the point that we got to like that, I was like, Topanga's amazing, but you guys Corey sucked in the original show, and he still sucks.
As they're going
in a different way now.
Yeah, I was like, you expect him to grow out of that? He's still a child.
Yeah,
still argumentative. Okay, we got to the end of the show. Please tell everyone again where they can find you, and please, everyone, harass Nickelodeon. We want a reboot.
Yes, definitely. I am _ LaTangela, just like my name is spelled on all platforms. You guys can find me, and try to make it easy for you guys.
Go check her out. Go bother Nickelodeon, because I personally would like the reboot, just because I like it, and it would be good to. And it would be fantastic to have something that doesn't suck as a reboot right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So thank you very, very much for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to put up the music when you send it to us. I'm looking forward to hearing your son's album. Thank you so, so much for joining us. Guys,
thank you for having me. I enjoyed this.
You're very welcome. And I had a good time with you. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I did too. This is one of the best interviews I've done. So much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And then to you guys, please go find her, go look her up, go torment Nickelodeon a little bit to put up better shows. By that, I mean, I love working with Nickelodeon and I would never complain about what they put up with, but definitely talk to them about the reboot. I'm the Baroness. We are on with my co-host, the baddest bear in the cage, Bear Fiora, and we'll be back next week. Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.